What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Ty. I know last time we didn't get to finish Walk in the Garden Love Part 1. So this is a Walk in the Garden Love Continued. And so last time we discussed and last time we talked, we were talking about honesty. We were pretty much talking about being true to thyself, uh, being mindful of the energy that you give out and being mindful of the people that you keep in your corner and surrounding you, because people will amp you up. They will tell you that you're right when you're wrong. They will sometimes delay the process of healing and growth, and they will delay the process of just pretty much seeing yourself, looking at that man in the mirror, as I use. That's one of my favorite analogies. And y'all know I'm home. It's five something in the morning. I had the opportunity before I jump in to wake up, clean my house, wash my clothes that I should have did the other day, go outside and actually take in nature. I went outside and I just basked in just how beautiful the morning is. It's cool. The cool of the day is brisk. It was almost truly like walking in the garden before I came in, and it was nice to see the full moon and how it was just hanging in the sky, and just to meditate, worship, take in, get charged, get hyped up. So it was just beautiful. So I just wanted to throw that out. Um, when I talk, I really be not just talking. I really, find inspiration and connectivity and, loving myself and loving, God's creation in the simplest things. And sometimes that's good. It's just good. So I'm not gonna digress and go on into my morning adventures, but I just thought I wanted to share. So yes, we stopped at just protecting your space. What does protecting your space look like? And oftentimes, protecting your space is what the environment and the people that you keep in it. And I'm a big proponent in that your space is very valuable. It is very important. So be mindful of that in this, in self loving yourself, and also in this healing journey. But I want to just go ahead and dive right back into it. And again, I do apologize for things cutting off. So right now I'm live. I'm YouTube live, and so I'm still figuring out the gist of that. How y'all can pop in and say what you want to say. But I think it gives me a little bit more freedom to converse with you all, and finish points and hear and give feedback and acknowledge. And so let's go ahead and get into alone versus lonely. Okay, so now I'm getting comfortable, y'all. Now I gotta get situated. Alone versus lonely. Being alone is okay, and people will tell you that you would need to have this and that to feel complete, but you really don't. For so long, I thought I need companionship to feel complete. You know, and maybe I didn't feel like I needed companionship to be complete, but you don't want to feel like you felt in love. You don't want to feel like you are alone. You're gonna be the old man in the house, or the old lady in the shoe, or however, or whatever analogy you want to utilize and play with. But we are taught that being alone is a bad thing, and it's not necessarily bad when your focus and when your movement and your growth is about yourself. It's about being connected to the divine, being connected to God, growing and healing yourself. So in the midst of you self-loving yourself, in the midst of you taking care of you, and addressing and dealing with some factors in that process of self-loving and loving oneself, being alone is not bad. It feels weird, especially if you were in a relationship. It feels like when it's my time, especially if you've been single for a long time. But it is not a bad thing when you know the purpose of standing alone, because sometimes you need to be alone, you and just the creator, so that you can refine that work. So that you can find out where you want to go, the direction, purposes, goals, things that you have put to a halt, have not yet started. Being alone it really isn't. And I know I keep sounding redundant, but I'm pushing for it. Being alone is not bad. Now, lonely, the spirit of loneliness, or being, that lonely feeling that we get, now that is not a good thing, because lonely pushes in and opens up the door for the depression. You know, for the depression. Hi, funny. For depression. Loneliness makes you feel like you are inadequate and you are not worthy, or you are not, that you're not valued. Feeling lonely feels like no one cares for you. Um, Feeling lonely, it makes you feel that you are like a little mouse. Your stamp on the world is insignificant, and it's not. So the spirit of lonely we don't want. We don't want lonely. We don't want to think. We don't want to address. We don't want to suck in and harp on how lonely you are. You loneliness, and to combat, in my opinion, against that lonely feeling is it's okay to surround yourself. And I don't want you all to say, well, first you say this and first you say that. Don't, what I'm saying is you don't have to jump into a relationship and you don't have to compromise the type of people that you want in your space so that you don't feel lonely. But you can, and you are deserving, and you are worthy. You are worthy of having people who value your time, your space, your energy, just like you value your time, your space, and your energy. And so you can encompass yourself with like-minded people, or people that you enjoy, or that you feel that mutual give and take from, and that can combat against loneliness. You know, where you don't feel like you have any interaction with the outside world. Being alone is okay. You need that alone time to reflect, to regroup, to self-search. But you don't have to be lonely. You can engage people. You can, my phone going off. I'm sorry, I thought I had it on vibrate. But you can engage being with other people. It's okay. It's okay to be with other people. So excuse me, because that's on. My bad, beloveds. But no, so loneliness is something that we don't, and you don't have to be lonely. Also, you can find a hobby. Many of us have started things and have not finished things. And we sit in the house, or we at work, or we're no, I don't got no friends. I don't know what to do. My life is just blah. And I know sometimes it can be difficult because you have invested so much into others that it's like, okay, well, most of my time was spent X, Y, and Z. So that's why to me it is my opinion. And me and my friend, we were talking about this. It's important to have your own identity outside of just being in a relationship. Being in a relationship and being in a marriage, that's just a component. Those are beautiful things, but they are components of your identity. They should not be your entire identity. My whole identity, first, my living being is in Christ, but my whole identity should not be surrounded by one individual. And so we let the sun set on just this one person. When babe call, husband call, we a wife call, whoever, but we haven't learned to go to the movies by ourselves. Even in relationships, it's okay. Doesn't mean that you don't like the person that you with. It means that you enjoy loving yourself and you enjoy that alone time, so that you don't get encompassed and sucked in to a succubus of this person being every single thing. And so when that person departs with it, God forbid, whether it be death, whether it be divorce, whether it be, y'all figure out y'all better off as friends, then whatever it is, you don't feel so blah. You don't feel like, okay, where do I pick up my life from now? So it's good to still have activities and positive and good friends and environments that you can engage in, so that even if this person say, you still have a substance and a stake in who you are and what you were doing. So if you were in school, why stop school? If that person enjoys you and loves you, they're gonna support you to go to school. You started a book, let that book be completed. You know, I've always wanted to get back into doing my web series. Bring that to fruition. Some of us are like to hike and go outdoors and do things, and sometimes that person enjoys doing it with you, and sometimes they don't. But whatever you were doing, whatever your heart was set on, whatever good and positive things, let your mind be on those things and go do it. You know, because we sit and think about being lonely, or we sit and think about being single, we sit and think about these things, then that becomes the ruler of our life. So you go from one pendulum to another pendulum. Okay, this person was my R, X, Y, and Z, and then now the essence of always feeling like I'm lonely, I don't got nobody, then that becomes a pendulum, and then that sucks your life, and that becomes the essence of who you are, and then you just lonely, lonely, lonely. I don't know, no, no, no. Then you have to hit another pendulum, jump out of that, and say, hey, you know what? Before I met such and such, or before my friends stopped hanging with me, or before whatever, because this is not just based on, I use relationships because it's easier to explain. It's usually because most people who have been in, long term or really deep and committed relationships, you see it, but this is the same thing with family. It's the same thing with friends too. This applies across the board. What were you doing? What did you like to do? What brought you delight before you was with this person, or you had this friend, or in the midst of being friends? People think, oh well, we used to do this together. But if it brought you joy, then do it. I know sometimes you have to give yourself a minute because of the memories but if it was something that truly brought you joy, if Southland brought you joy, if skating brought you joy, if hiking brought you joy, if exercise, why? Why not? Why not? So these are things that we do to combat against loneliness. Because we let loneliness and despair and depression, we let it become our mindset, and so then that's how we operate. And in the last video, I said, "As a man thinketh, so is he." So if these are the thoughts that fester in your mind, then that's where you are. So healing is not only about the doing of it, but it's also about the reworking of the mind, the perspective, and what we have and the outlook we have on life. You know, and so I I always do this. I merge things together. Because, my next point was root and connect. And that was pretty much talking about, just what I talked about: hobbies, goals, organizations, going to church if you did, if you went to church, if you had a organization that you were a part of, whether it was an intellectual or a social organization. These things you can do, you can become a part of, And so, alone versus lonely, and then how do we combat being lonely? We know that alone is good. Alone is not bad. Before you came into the world alone, even if you were a twin, one of y'all had to come first and the other had to come second. So y'all may have shared the same womb, but yet and still, when you came through that canal or through that cesarean section, you came one at a time, unless you are Siamese twins, and then that's a whole nother story. Because I know it's somebody out there who's trying to outsmart me. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But no. So alone is good. Lonely is not. And lonely is also a mindset, not just a physical feeling as well. Um, and again, this is a short clip. I just wanted to wrap it up. Self-love, and I may have mentioned it in the first video, but if I have not, self-love is a journey. It is a lifelong decision. It is a lifestyle in which one should incorporate and have in their life, no matter if they're single, if they're married, no matter what. Self-love should be something that we give to ourselves on a regular. We have to fill up our tanks on a regular. You think because you feel it, if you get in Lord, that would be a blessing. If you can fill up your tank January 1st of each year and not have to refill it again until the next year, that will be amazing. But the fact of the matter is that no, we have to refill and fill up often. So self-love, spending time with self, healing self, looking at the man and woman in the mirror, being mindful of the environment and the people that you surround yourself with, getting back into the groove of things, hobbies, gifts, talents, skills, things that you have always wanted to do and you haven't, then do them. Do them, do them. It does not matter what your marital status is. Loving yourself, it is your duty to you. It is your duty to yourself. And I was going to do this in another, but it has been on worth, worth. And at first I was like, what that got to? But worth is a to whomever, male, female, blue, yellow, orange, black, doesn't matter. Whomever is looking at this video right now, you're worth. You are so worthy. And worthy just does not come in the essence of looks, but it comes in the mindset. So to whoever, king and queen, tilt your crown, fix your posture, upright. You are worthy. Worthy regardless of what anything of what anybody says and or whatever has happened to you. You are worthy to love yourself. You are worthy to be loved. You are more than just your looks. You are intelligent. You are smart. You are capable. You are deserving. You are deserving and love, love. You are deserving of it. And the beautiful thing about it is that you don't have to wait on Joe, Shaquisha, Shanika, Monique, Sharonda, Kevin, Billy, Tyreek, John, Fat Boy, Shushu, or Pooh Daddy to give you those loves. You are worthy of first, and it is your duty first to start loving you. And when you become the essence of love, when you desire to illuminate and give off love, trust me, the right woman, the right man, the right friend, the right family members, they will surround you in it. You will attract. I heard this back in statistics when life said, and I took it life, and I say it all the time. Don't be a nickel looking for a dime. You can't expect to go grab something that you ain't either trying to become yourself or that you already are. So, you want the right kind of love, you want the right kind of energy, be it, become it. And so I thank y'all for, allowing me to come to you early in this good morning, this good Sunday morning, and talk with you and share with you and hopefully plant some inspirational words, something that you can feed on. I tell you all the time, I ain't always right and I don't know it all, but I tell you this, I know what I know. And I speak on what I know. I speak on what I have experienced. For my experience is my evidence, and it is yours too. And so this is no right or wrong way to heal, to grow, to love on yourself. But this is just ties, food for thought, and I always welcome you all's food for thought, you know. So God led, people inspired. So I appreciate you all. You all have a wonderful Sunday. Whether you just lay around and just relax, whether you go fellowship and worship, whether you go out the door, whether you catch up with it, whatever you're doing today, just have fun with it, enjoy it, take it in, embrace it. And so, of course, and the normal YouTubers closing, like, share, comment. But you all have a great day. Thank you.